Imagine this. You're peacefully fishing by the river when suddenly your line tightens. You start reeling in a sizable catfish, but there's a twist. As it emerges from the water, you realize you're not alone. A snake is trying to devour your catch. The confusion on your face says it all. Stay tuned for unbelievable fishing tales, from mysterious giant eyeballs to reeling in live explosives. These jaw-dropping moments were all caught on camera, and you won't believe your eyes. A fish and a snake. Imagine the following scene. Your line suddenly becomes tight when you're relaxing by the river and going about your business. When the line gets heavy and the fish starts acting erratically, you begin to reel in what appears to be a sizable catfish. You become aware that you're not the only one after the catch as it emerges from the water. Like a fish story? Tell that to the Houstonian who caught a channel catfish that a snake was about to devour. In this instance, the video tells the entire story, particularly the confused expression on the poor angler's face. What would you even do in that circumstance? Amazingly, he was able to send the snake and the fish back into the wild where they could continue their fight. Losing a fish to another predator is not exactly uncommon. A lot of fishermen have experienced the agony of having a shark bite their precious catch in half. A giant eyeball. A large eye peering up at you from the water is the epitome of a sea monster. Many maritime stories contain the idea that a weird creature might be lurking beneath the waves. When these creatures arrive on land, the situation picks up speed. Or even worse, just their enormous, enigmatic eyeball. Exactly, that was what a Florida man discovered while taking a morning stroll along Pompano Beach. Just one eyeball, about the size of a softball, no fish or carcass. Oddly, the eye appeared to be largely undamaged, its piercing gaze still penetrating the souls of the hapless, fish and wildlife agents tasked with determining its source. A live grenade. We have mostly concentrated up to this point on our more basic fears, such as snakes and sea monsters. The very real threat that a catch poses, though, can occasionally be what makes it frightening. No, we're not talking about shark fishing or even catfish tinkering. The topic at hand is reeling in live explosives. Envisioning a former battleground or a war-torn wasteland. Indiana, no. One man recently caught a hand grenade there while fishing in his nearby river. Fortunately, he remained composed and called the police, who arrived to seize the object. The grenade's origin and how it got into the Little Calumet River are still unknown. Do you want to know what's crazy? Even so, it's not that unusual. In rivers and lakes, it's common to find old firearms and explosives. Fish flying onto the boat. Fish in deep waters have an odd appearance, but you're secure on the surface, right? Wrong. Fishing with topwaters is much riskier, if anything. But this time, it's not how fish appear. That's the issue. It's how they behave. Yes, we're referring to creatures that leap out of the water directly towards fishermen who are attempting to catch them. Barracuda, a fish that appears just as bad as it is one of the main offenders in this. As you try to get your fish on board, they are renowned for tearing chunks out of it. They do, however, occasionally aim a little higher and jump directly onto the boat. Any angler unlucky enough to get in the way could sustain serious harm as a result of this. Louisiana deer. Scientists occasionally discover unidentified species, like the Louisiana deer Cam monster shown above, despite improvements in biology. Sadly, this creature turned out to be just a pretty skinny guy bouncing about a campfire in a rubber suit. This is what Louisianan biologists refer to as merely another night. However, the full nature of certain additional species shown on video is yet unknown. Here are 9 more, some of which remain mysteries. Yeti. It's unclear why the Yeti moniker was applied to the previously undiscovered animal by the hunters who captured it. Everyone is aware that a Yeti is around 10 feet tall, and that its fur is white. They also bounce. It was ultimately determined that this animal was a palm civet that had lost all of its fur. Fortunately, not long after this picture was shot, Yukon Cornelius rescued this helpless animal from an animal shelter. In the world of fishing, the unbelievable becomes reality. From snake versus fish battles to mysterious giant eyeballs, these astonishing moments, all captured on camera, keep us hooked. Want more incredible stories? Subscribe now!